Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I have a bit of some frogs in my throat today. I don't know if that's an English thing as well or just a Swedish one, but uh, I'm not surprised due to two reasons. The first one being I have done a lot of healing lately, and I'm also working with my throat chakra, so it's the spiritual aspect of it is completely understandable. Uh, the other the other reason is that my partner is he has a cold, but not that it, it's not that bad, but um, he snores so loud when he's got a cold. So I haven't had that much sleep, so I'm also a bit more tired today. And yeah, so I don't want it to. I don't want to for my scratchy throat to be become a completely a big cold, because I have an appointment on Friday. It's Tuesday today, so I have an appointment on Friday that I would not I would like to attend that. Because it's been postponed for several reasons for a long time, and I would like to finally be able to go. But it's cold season, so what you gonna do? We'll see. I am doing my best with vitamins for the physical self. I'm doing my best with vitamins and tea. So I'm not sure what the names for the herbs are. Well, it's peppermint per usual, and then there is two other herbs that I'm not sure what they're called in English. I should have looked that up, but my mind is not fully awake yet. So hopefully I will write it in the description box so that you know what I'm drinking to kind of stifle my cold. Or I don't have a cold yet. It's just like, when you wake up and you feel like your throat is, when like the air you're breathing is really dry, and you're like, why am I sleeping in a cold sauna? I guess that was a really Scandinavian reference with a sauna, right? So the weather here today is snowing, mixed with rain, and it's about we use Celsius, so it's about 0 degrees Celsius, so just freezing point, which means it's not gonna last. So the rune of the day that I draw just a few moments ago and put on my Instagram pages is Tush or Thurisas. It's the second rune of the Uthark, and today it's talking about the power of the giants that are just reshaping the world around us, and that is a prominent energy today, right now. So there are three ways to deal with this depending on what you encounter in your everyday life to this day. So the first option is if it's clearly not about you, then just stand back and just let it reshape and do whatever, because other people have journeys as well. So it might not be about you at this time, and that's perfectly fine. So the other option is that it is about you, and you have two options to deal with that. And the first one is be your own inner giant. So you can be the facilitator and the one in control of the reshaping of the world around you. So depending on the challenges you meet today, you might see that you have the opportunity to be in control. But that's only if it's about you. If it's not about you, then don't take control from someone else or over someone else when it's their journey. You can guide them, you can be there for them, you can be a sounding board, but you can't, it's not good for either of you if you become the giant in their world. So if it's about you, you can either take control of the situation, or you can trust the universe that it's gonna be fine, because it's gonna be fine. Sometimes the giants just have to reshape things when we are going through healing, when we are changing things in our daily life, or when things have been stagnant for a while and things need to finally get going. Then the giants, our inner giants, just gather and start this what can seem like a destructive force that just reshapes everything, but it's necessary for creation, as I think I've spoken about that before. So you can trust that it's gonna be fine, that everything's gonna find its place eventually, and just stand back and let things happen, and don't actively take control away from what's happening. So depending on the challenges you meet, depending on what's going on and who it is about, because the forces, the rune just talks about the forces and how we may deal with these forces today. It doesn't say who it's about. That would be, I think that would be too much information at this point. We have to think a little bit for ourselves. So in the Nordic tradition, we have these ravens, the ravens of Odin, one on each shoulder, Hugin and Munin, and they stand for thought and mind, or rather thought and memory. And so use your thought, use your Hugin, and think for yourself a little bit today. And also use your Munin to remind yourself that you've been in similar situations before, and that it's not always about you. So, thank you, Thorisas, or Tush, as I prefer to say. So I'm gonna take a sip of my tea, and per usual, this is before my breakfast. So we're gonna do the morning meditation, and then we'll see where we go from there. So we're gonna open our Viracocha. Hands to your heart. Focus on your heart space. Breathe in from the ground up to the top of your head. Breathe out and land in your heart. This is gonna be a bit faster today than yesterday, so if you want a real good go through of this meditation, you should go back to my other video from yesterday. And because this is gonna be a bit faster, I think. So we're focusing on our heart space, and for the next breath we're gonna lift our hands up and above our heads, separate our hands when we breathe out, and search for our Viracochas. So we breathe in and lift. Breathe out and separate. And just look for your Viracocha, and when you've found it, so you can either now, if you haven't found it, you can pause and find it and then go back, or you can just continue watching. I have found mine, so I'm gonna put my hands inside of this bubble, palms facing outward, and draw down this bubble around me, so that I'm sitting in my bubble of light, my golden bubble of light. So it's both gonna be a bit faster, and I'm also gonna do a bit more of a healing session today, I think, because of my throat. I'm gonna go like inside of myself and see what's happening, or just send some healing energy there. We'll see. So palms facing downward in our laps, We receive the purple absorbing light from the universe, lets it into our bubble. Let it fill the bubble around you so that you're bathing in this purple light from the Sky Father. And then we receive this light at the top of our heads. Let it fill our heads, throat, heart space, lungs, shoulders, arms, hands, spine, stomach, clearing all the inner organs as it goes, absorbing everything we don't need. And then down the tail root, all the way down to the Earth Mother's heart. And then focus back on the tailbone. Receive the purple light in your thighs, knees, the rest of your legs, your feet, your toes, and your roots from your feet down, 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 all the way down into the earth, to the Earth Mother's heart at the center of the earth. We are firmly planted in the soil, in the earth beneath us. And now we're going to let go of this purple light and give it to the Earth Mother. We're going to take a few breaths. First focusing on our head and the area around the head. Then the heart space, lungs, arms and hands for the second breath. For the third breath, it's going to be the spine and the stomach. For the fourth breath, it's going to be the bum and the legs. For the fifth breath, we're going to empty the rest of our bubble and our roots. And all the while along, we're going to try and make sure that the purple light in the bubble around us is sinking like the water in a bathtub when you draw out the plug, bit by bit as we go. So we're gonna focus on the first breath. Breathe in, breathe out and let go. Clear your head and your throat. And then the second breath, breathe in, breathe out and release. Clearing your heart space, your arms and hands. And your third breath, breathe in, breathe out and release. Clearing your spine, your stomach and your tail root. And the fourth breath, breathe in, breathe out and release. Clearing your legs and your feet. And on our last breath, we're going to empty the bubble around us and our roots. Give all of it to the Earth Mother. Breathe in. Breathe out and release. And we put our focus at the Earth Mother's heart. You can flip your hands so that your palms are facing upward. Focus on the pulse of the Earth Mother. And if you can hear the beating of your own heart, Listen to your heart and know that your heart is connected to the Earth Mother, beating at the same pace. A slow, steady pace that gives you energy and peace, nurture and grace. And receive her energy, the red or brown energy of the Earth Mother, black as the soil or red as the blood. Let it fill the roots, the feet, your legs, bum, your back and your stomach, your heart. Just breathe normally throughout this. Your lungs and your shoulders, arms and hands, your throat and your head, all the way up to your crown chakra. And let the energy of the Earth Mother overflow into your bubble. And we're gonna receive the white clear energy of the Sky Father, the healing energy. And it's gonna marry the energy from the Earth Mother. So fill the bubble with light, making rainbows when it touches the energy from the Earth Mother. You're bathing in rainbows. And then you receive this light through your crown chakra, filling your head down to your spine. It fills your spine and your hollow bone. If you are a healer or a practitioner, you have a hollow bone. It's one name for it. And let this wonderful healing light emanate from the center of you, the spine, the heart, out to the rest of the body, vibrating out and filling your entire body, your energy body, your mind, heart, spirit, soul, and your bubble with this amazing healing light, filling all the spaces that you left empty when you released energy just before. And we're gonna sit in this light for a while, reminding ourselves that the Earth Mother and the Sky Father meets it at the heart. And then we're gonna do some healing and focus on an area where we have maybe pain or, like me, an itch. So focus it on one area of your body and aim the energy from your heart to that area. You can use your hands if you like. Let the energy of the Sky Father and the Earth Mother blend in the heart, and the heart chakra is turning clockwise, and the energy flows out into your left arm, all the way down to your fingertips, and your right arm all the way down to your fingertips. And you can use this energy, this healing energy, you can aim it directly from your heart, or you can use your hands to direct the energy to where you want it. The way I'm gonna do it today is I'm gonna make a ball of energy between my hands. There are several ways to do this. So this is a practice I've shared on this channel before. To put your hands together, feeling the heat of the healing energy between your palms, and then slowly building on that energy, making a healing bubble of light slowly but surely, and just trusting and letting the energy flow. You can feel your bubble of light between your hands as a slight pressure or a heat between your hands and on your palms, or maybe a tingling, so that you know that you are holding this ball of light. So we're gonna make this big enough. It's gonna take a few moments. So the intention is in the healing and where to aim the healing energies. So when the bubble is big enough, we're gonna move this ball of light to the area of our bodies we want to give healing to, and we're just gonna receive this energy. Breathing it in, letting it integrate and settle, and just leaving it there. And we can make another one if there's another space, place in our bodies, our minds, that we want to give healing to at this moment. The more you do it, the easier it gets. So when you find your next spot, you're just gonna move your hands there and receive it. Breathe it in. And just leave it there. And now we're gonna come back to the here and now. And we're gonna do this by using 5 breaths, one for each sense. So we're gonna start by focusing on smell. We're gonna smell the air around us when we breathe in. And when we breathe out, we're gonna wiggle our toes. So we breathe in, and we breathe out. And then on the next one, we're gonna taste whatever's in our mouths, and then we're gonna roll our shoulders and flex our spines. So do that, breathe in. And then we're gonna focus on touch. So we're gonna stretch our arms upwards and outwards in any direction possible. And then we're gonna touch our skin and our clothes with our fingertips to come back to the here and now with our touch. So breathe in and stretch. Breathe out and touch. As many structures as possible, textiles. And then we're gonna focus on hearing. So we're gonna take a deep breath, fill the lungs with air, hold the breath on a count to 3, and then we're gonna breathe out through the nose and our ears and listen to a sound that is in my voice. Breathe in, hold, and out. And on the last breath, we're gonna focus on sight. So we're gonna remember what the room around us looks like, pick an object that we're gonna focus our gaze upon when we open our eyes. So breathe in and remember, breathe out, and focus your gaze. And when it's focused enough, when the object is clear, you can remember that you have me on the screen, and then move your eyes to the screen. Hello. Welcome back. So I'm gonna have to fix that later. So we are still within our Vera coaches. So we're gonna do another healing practice before ending this morning's morning ritual, and we're gonna use the runes. So I want to know what energy. So this is actually personal. So you can skip. You can you don't skip because we haven't closed our Vera coaches yet. But you can pause and bring out your own runes, or if you have any other tool that might suffice. Because I'm gonna ask the runes for the energy that I need in this moment today, and then I'm gonna receive that. So I'm gonna sound all the runes first. And that's how I summon them, you can say. Utushasrid kengi vinya hagal naudis iara pertra iuvalgi solty bjerka maderlagu ingodalagesfe. Utushasrid kengi vinya hagal naudis iara pertra iuvalgi solty bjerka maderlagu ingodalagesfe. Utushasrid kengi vinya hagal naudis iara pertra iuvalgi solty bjerka maderlagu ingodalagesfe. Okay, so let's ask the runes. So the energy that I need is the energy of Sol or Soelo. I think it was the rune of the day yesterday, so I've talked about it a little bit. So today in this practice I'm not gonna listen to the rune or interpret the rune in any way. It's not a message. It's a healing energy. So I'm gonna just hold the rune in my left hand so I can receive the energy, and I'm gonna sound it until I feel the energy where it needs to be. So I'm gonna let the rune do the work, I'm gonna let my guides do the work, and I'm just gonna be so I trust that this is the energy that I need, and I'm just gonna receive and trust, and I'm gonna sound the rune to welcome it in a way. So So and then I'm gonna sit in this energy for a few moments. Thanking the rune and putting it back, and then closing my Viracocha. So I'm now gonna close my Viracocha, and I let my hands down and grab my curtains, my golden curtains, and pull them all back up to above my head, gathering all the light in this ball again, this Viracocha. And then I'm bringing the energies and the reprogramming down to my crown, breathing it in, receiving it in my mind, heart, stomach. And that is it for today. So I have when I started these videos, or before I started these videos this week, I thought that it's gonna be around 20 to 40 minutes each day, depending on the practice, and so far so good. So I will see you tomorrow, and walk in beauty, and take care of yourself. Xingling.